Welcome to Chapter 13, Exercise 13-2, Sentence 4. The house where Beethoven lived can be visited on weekdays. Again, another relative clause, where Beethoven lived. Here, we're going to have to take account of the fact that, well, before we do that, let's just get everything under an S, which you do every time. Okay, so we have to take account of the fact the house where Beethoven lived is the subject. So it's going to be the subject NP. It's going to be the subject of the sentence. And now the head of that subject phrase is going to be the house. Now, notice you'll actually see that Paul Hopper doesn't like NPs under NPs. What I think we're going to do is delete this for the second and just keep those there, the house. Okay. We could have had the NP there, but we won't at this point. Where Beethoven lived, because it's a relative clause, is the S. Now, where is the relative pronoun? It is an adverb. And it is an adverbial complement because it does complete the verb, the internal verb lived. In other words, Beethoven lived where? Okay, and then we have Beethoven as the subject, the NP subject. Okay, we might actually make this an N too. And then lived is the predicate phrase of the relative clause. Now we have also a VP and a V. It's a VP and this is a V. Okay. This is a predicate. This is going to be a predicate for the verb phrase, and this is a predicate for the predicate phrase. And this is going to be the function of the entire relative clause. And here it's going to be the modifier of house. Okay, and now we're going to have a predicate phrase for the rest of the sentence. Can be visited on weekdays. Now, would you say at this point can be visited on weekdays is the whole predicate phrase? Well, if you think on weekdays as an adverbial and it moves to the front, you can say, can you say on weekdays the house where Beethoven lived can be visited? Absolutely. So we don't want that on weekdays as part of the predicate phrase. It's really post-core. So we're going to just have predicate phrase here. And then can be visited is a verb phrase. And then we have can, which is auxiliary, and the modal. B, which is an auxiliary that's perfect aspect. Visited, which is the lexical verb. Actually, sorry, it's not perfect, it's passive. It's passive, right? It's BN. And then visited is the lexical verb. That's the predicate of the sentence. This is the predicate of the sentence. And now on weekdays is going to be a post-square adverbial. It's a prepositional phrase. This is the preposition, and it happens to be an adverbial. Oops. And this is the, on weekdays, is the prepositional complement. It's also a noun. And this whole thing is an adverbial. And this whole thing is a predicate. Let me spell this correctly. So you look through everything and say, have we missed anything? Does everything look okay? Does every form have a functional label? I believe so.